Hey everyone, welcome back to Midweek Mobility. I'm Claudia Challoner, Doctor of Physical Therapy with Muma RX. Today we're going to be talking about the deadlift, preparation for that, both mobility and some activation drills to get you ready for the deadlift position. So I just wanted to touch upon, I've had several questions about static stretching before workouts. So did a lot of research with it, and several of the research articles says that sustained static stretches, so let's say you're going to go into a hamstring stretch for 2 or 3 minutes, static hold 3 minutes before a workout, and then you're just going to go and lift your weights. So not a great decision, because the longer that you're holding that static stretch, the research shows that you're actually going to decrease your strength production. So we want to make sure that if you are incorporating some static stretching through your warm-up, that's totally fine, but you need to follow it up with some dynamic warm-up. So if you are going to do a static stretch of your hamstrings, follow it up with some activation drills that we're going to talk about later on in the video to get those tissues ready to go. Okay? So the first one, we're going to talk about a few mobility drills. We're going to talk about a smashing technique. So this is typically best for after a workout, maybe on your off days. I wouldn't really suggest some deep tissue smashing before the workout. So we're going to get into your hamstrings. Obviously very important for your deadlift. The hamstring has 2 activations. So it does hip extension, okay? So think about the top of a kettlebell swing, top of the deadlift position, extension of that hip. It also causes knee flexion, okay? So we need to target both of those kind of movements. And I'm going to use a softball here. You can use a lacrosse ball. I just chose my yellow softball to match my lovely shoes. All right, so we're going to dig into that hamstring there. The first part is I'm going to bend and extend my knee. So I'm getting that one action of that hamstring. I'm going to work with the full length of that hamstring. It attaches down below your knee and also up into your sit bones, that ischial tube. So work that full length of that hamstring, bending and extending the knee. Now I'm going to work the second part of that hamstring, so that second motion of it. Now I'm going to cause some forward flexion of the hip, so I'm tacking that down, and then I'm coming up with it. So back is staying straight, coming here, and then back up. Coming down, and back up. Okay? So spend a couple of minutes on your off days after a workout getting into those tissues. The next one's going to be an adductor smash. So a lot of our adductors, you have several parts of your adductors in here, and some of them have the same actions of your hamstrings, so they can be very heavily involved when you are doing deadlifts. So we're going to just use a foam roller. I just chose a harder foam roller. Laying on your stomach here. We have our knee bent, and I'm just going to roll those inner thigh muscles there. So working all the way up into the groin, that attachment, and then all the way down. So again, this is something to do after the workout or on the off days. Working into those tissues, I can even do like a tack, kind of get some rotation with my leg. Tacking down into that nasty spot there. A couple of minutes there. Now we're going to work into some forward bends. So this is going to be kind of getting those hamstrings loosened up, ready for the work that's going to be done. So we're going to utilize a foam roller for this. Foam roller is going to go in between your legs, and you're going to squeeze the foam roller. So what this is going to do is this is going to activate those adductors, connecting up into your pelvic floor muscles, and then getting some activation of your core musculature. So this is going to give us stability when we go into our deadlift position. So I'm going to start, this is going to be a 3-part. I'm going to start in position 1, which is I'm going to have my heels elevated. So I just grabbed a plate here. You can grab maybe a couple of ab mats, a book, whatever you have around. Squeezing in on that foam roller. Reaching down. So here in this position, you can either do it with a nice curved back, you can even work on a flat back, but I really want you to feel that motion in your back, feeling the stretch throughout your posterior chain there. Coming down, and then back up. Do 5 to 10 reps of that. Now you're going to go to step 2, coming onto a level surface. Here in this position, we're still squeezing that foam roller, coming down, and back breath in, breathing it out on your way down, try to get a little bit more motion. The third and final step, our toes are going to be elevated now. Now we're really going to feel that stretch through the posterior chain, reaching down, feeling that nice stretch, letting that breath out at the bottom position, and then coming up. Down, and then coming up. So again, 5 to 10 reps of each one of those. Now we're going to talk about a little bit of neural gliding. So sometimes, especially if you guys have ever had any back issues, maybe numbness or tingling down the leg, sometimes we can have some neural tension that goes along with that. So what we're doing is we're going to stretch the nerve without actually stretching it. So we're kind of mobilizing the nerve, giving a nice gentle gliding. So you're going to bring your knee up. You can hold the back of your leg here. What you're going to do is you're going to straighten out your leg and then point your toe. Okay, so that nerve, it travels all the way down our back, all the way back to our leg, all the way down to our toes. So we're kind of slackening it at our foot and then stretching it through the back of our leg. We're going to bend our knee, flex that foot back. Straighten it out, extend that toe, coming down, bringing that toe back. So go through 10 to 20 cycles of this on each leg. So that would be the mobility tips that I would give you. Check back in for the activation drills.